Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm going to talk about 4 health markers that often climb in perimenopause and especially in postmenopause. I've recently had a lot of women sharing concerns about increasing numbers during health checks at the doctor, so I think revisiting this topic is important. I'll start with blood pressure because it's been brought up frequently lately. Climbing blood pressure and spikes out of nowhere are both common occurrences in menopause. Low estrogen's effects on blood vessel walls, the regulation of sodium, anxiety, and insulin resistance can all play a role, and it causes a great deal of concern. Occasional blood pressure spikes, which I've experienced several times, differs from chronically high blood pressure, and I think it's important to distinguish between the two. An occasional spike here and there does not necessarily mean that you have high blood pressure. Blood pressure naturally spikes with activity and stress levels, and increases in anxiety in menopause can absolutely cause occasional spikes. Monitoring your blood pressure at home and having your physician keep an eye on it long term will help determine if you have a blood pressure issue that needs to be addressed. Focusing on whole foods, not overdoing it with the sodium, exercising, getting adequate sleep, which can be challenging in midlife, and managing stress can all help. I'm making number 2 increases in weight, especially around the midsection, because it is one of the top frustrations in midlife. Changes to estrogen and cortisol cause an increase and redistribution of fat that tends to settle into a giant spare tire of fluff around the middle that is very challenging to get rid of. I didn't lose a single pound for years. It wasn't until this year that I found supplements and a diet and exercise plan that started shifting my extra weight. It's been slow going because I'm also diabetic, but I'll take it. If there's one thing that I consider the most important when it comes to losing weight, it's building muscle. Loss of muscle mass makes it incredibly hard to burn ample calories and lose weight, and it's one of the top predictors of health and longevity. Number 2 is balancing your meals with healthy fats, whole carbs, and protein to keep blood sugars stable. And also important at number 3 is keeping cortisol down at normal levels. Blood sugar spikes and chronically high cortisol will work against you as well. I have videos on weight loss if you want to hear more on the subject. Speaking of blood sugar spikes, climbing blood sugar levels are also common in menopause. Estrogen helps with insulin sensitivity and cortisol regulation, and when it drops in midlife, the body has a much harder time dealing with glucose, and insulin resistance can become an issue. This means the body can't accept all of the glucose available, and it builds up in the blood, which leads to a list of problems like resistant weight gain, poor sleep, fatigue, frequent hunger and thirst, and just generally feeling run down. Having your fasting blood sugar and A1C checked occasionally is a good idea, and balancing your meals, as I mentioned earlier, exercising, maintaining a healthy weight, keeping cortisol in check, and avoiding processed foods and simple sugars can all help. Number 4 is high cholesterol, which is very common in midlife and causes a great deal of concern. Estrogen helps the body regulate cholesterol, so estrogen loss in midlife can lead to climbing cholesterol numbers. Estrogen's effects on cortisol and weight also play a role. While it might be worrisome, cholesterol is essential to health. It's so vital that your liver makes it, and a quarter of the body's cholesterol is found in the brain, which consists of up to 60% fat. It's a precursor to several hormones like vitamin D and estrogen, helps the body make cell membranes and bile, and is necessary to repair damaged tissue. We can't live without cholesterol, so I don't think we should drive it down too low. Eat clean, get adequate fiber, exercise, avoid sugar and processed foods, and work with your doctor to monitor your cholesterol levels. You don't realize how much estrogen is responsible for until you lose a large percentage of it and your body starts to malfunction in numerous areas. HRT can be helpful by replacing the lost estrogen, but it's not an option for everyone, so lifestyle choices are that much more important. Menopause throws so much chaos at us, and trying to maintain normal health markers on top of all of the physical and mental symptoms is just one more frustration. But it's amazing what you can accomplish when you have no other choice. Women are superheroes. I wish health, happiness, and peace of body and mind for each of you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.